there and you can keep watching the match on mute.
Can you pass my chair? Just
Oh boy.
How will
Corbo.
Yeah, it's okay. Doesn't matter. You're watching a match.
I'm one of passionate fans and
Come.
So,
Vote it.
Corbo Lorbo Jitbo for Kolkata and
my push-ups are delayed.
Yeah, and extra time in the FA Cup final between Liverpool and
I'm
Chelsea.
putting the match on right now.
Yep, 0-0.
Very sad that push-ups are delayed because
Push-ups are not incoming loading today.
so looking forward to.
When do KKR play their last game?
Push-ups.
I hope it's not.
It's on Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday.
Lucknow Super Giants, and this result has once again thrown open the entire playoff race for third and fourth, even second, if I have to look at
because
it.
things cannot be decided so early.
Exactly.
So open the points table, please, Anurag, for us.
Yep. Kolkata Knight Riders have won by 54 runs against Sunrisers Hyderabad, and that has boosted their net run rate tremendously. SRH on the other hand, 5 consecutive
SRH
losses.
is like KKR technically out, but
Yep.
like mathematically
Very
like
much,
KKR,
very much
in.
like KKR out.
But now, if we have a look at the points table, there'll be a
if
clear
only we
gap.
can look at the points table.
Scroll down.
If he will be kind enough to show us the points table.
Yep.
There's an old one.
So
No,
now,
wait, it's not updated yet.
yep. But if I have to
We
look at
can
it,
understand,
numbers from 1 to 7, everybody barring RCB has a positive net run
KKR
rate.
have gone up to 6th.
Yes,
Yes.
0.16 and Sunrisers minus 0.27.
That's why I was saying there's a possibility that 14 also teams couldn't qualify.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, so I'm saying SRH could finish on 14.
Yeah.
Kolkata could finish on 14.
Yeah.
Punjab,
Kolkata can actually
Only
finish
Punjab-
on 14.
Max.
Only either of Punjab or
SRH.
Delhi can get to 14 because they play on Monday.
even SRH can max get to 14 now.
Now.
Yes.
Yes.
Max to 14,
Yep.
SRH, right? Punjab,
What if everybody is just on 14?
Then
that's what I'm
Net run
saying. That is why you may have teams qualify on 14.
Yes.
And
If-
this net run rate comes into play.
If who are Rajasthan playing just
Tomorrow,
quickly?
Okay. Lucknow are playing
Okay,
Rajasthan Royals.
and what's the last game? Rajasthan.
Rajasthan are playing CSK.
Anurag, please click on Rajasthan.
Rajasthan are playing
CSK. Okay, so
Yeah.
those results don't do anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Assuming Rajasthan lose both. Okay, now just come out of that. Rajasthan lose both. They can finish on 14,
yes.
without affecting any other team.
Yeah.
Royal Challengers Bangalore last game.
GT, Gujarat Titans.
So let's say they can lose that. Also can finish on 14 without
then-
affecting anything.
And one more disclaimer on that. If RCB beat Gujarat Titans by 80 runs or more, only then their net run rate will go to positive.
Forget that. I'm saying 14 right now.
Yeah.
So Rajasthan can finish on 14. RCB can finish on 14.
14, yes.
Same with
Delhi
DC.
Capitals
Will play Punjab and Mumbai in their last two
So they
games.
can also finish on 14. They can win one and lose one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so assuming
Same
they
with
lose to Punjab,
Yeah.
And win
assuming
Mumbai.
win Mumbai, they're
14.
also 14.
Yes.
Right, so Punjab wins one, gets 14, and who's their last game? Punjab,
SRH.
and lose to SRH,
Yeah.
also 14.
Yeah.
SRH also, let's say, win to
And
14.
gets 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could have SRH, Kolkata, Punjab, Delhi, Rajasthan, RCB, 6
All
teams
on
on 14.
14, yes.
It is mathematically
That
possible.
close. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
All teams can be on 14.
Because Sunrisers and Punjab Kings play the last league game.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, and assuming then Sunrisers wins that.
That'll be a knockout, I feel.
So all teams on 14.
Yep.
6 teams on 14. Oof. That'd be incredible.
That'll
So
be
assuming
incredible, yeah.
Gujarat and Lucknow sail through,
Yeah.
and Chennai and Mumbai are out, so those are 4 done. The 6 can finish on 14
14
points.
points. Yes.
That means 2 teams can also qualify on 14 points.
Yep.
Yeah, not just one, two.
Yeah.
Mathematically.
Yes. So tomorrow Lucknow versus Rajasthan.
You know, usually this doesn't happen. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Usually what happens, you will see 2 teams playing each other, so someone will go to see. But the way this time it's panned out, and as
Yes.
we've calculated, it is a mathematical possibility that
Yeah.
6 teams can finish on 14.
14 points. So
Imagine if out of nowhere Kolkata qualify.
Yeah.
they did in
14.
2021. Like how they did in 2021.
Yeah, out of nowhere. They were out of the race last year. They had lost, I think, 5 or 6 games on the
Out
trot.
of 7, they lost 5 and won only 2. But in the UAE league, they just
They were-
raised their
yeah.
game to the next level.
Yeah.
That was Venkatesh Iyer.
Yes.
Doing Venkatesh Iyer.
things.
Yep.
Yeah. Today
Even
it was Andre Russell doing Andre Russell things.
Even CSK were in 4th position by the end of the India leg, but then they played in the UAE leg and got to 2nd position, I think.
Yeah.
1st or 2nd. So,
Man, that's incredible.
yep. So again, tomorrow the Lucknow Rajasthan game is going to be very, very important.
Lucknow,
on-
Rajasthan, yeah.
And
So for all teams to finish on 14, you want Lucknow to win. If you want 6 teams on 14.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
But the major churner will be Delhi Punjab on Monday. Because
Delhi, Punjab, yeah, in which you want either one actually.
Whoever wins should be losing their last game,
yeah.
so that the
Yeah.
team still.
And last
fighting.
game doesn't affect because you're playing Mumbai. It doesn't affect whoever wins.
Yeah.
And Punjab are playing SRH, so
SRH.
you expect them to lose to SRH. Then only SRH will go to 4.
There's
You know,
so much math. My
no, not
God.
too much actually.
and not too much. Now it's
Yeah.
easier.
Now it's easier
Very
than
easy.
what it was before.
Because see, the
Yeah.
first game tomorrow, the final doubleheader, the first game tomorrow is inconsequential.
Yeah.
GT versus CSK. But the second game is massive. Lucknow versus RR.
Yeah.
And Lucknow's next game is also very important. KKR.
Yeah, KKR's final game against Lucknow, they'd want a big win.
And you'd
boost their
want
net run
Kolkata
rate.
to win that one.
Yes.
To be on 14.
14.
And big margin, ideally, boost your net run rate ahead.
Yeah. So a lot of teams will finish on 14. If that happens, then a good chance that Delhi qualifies
Yes.
because of their run rate.
Run rate.
RCB
And-
will
and-
be in
and
biggest
Rajasthan.
danger. Yeah.
Rajasthan. But we're only assuming this based on the results.
Yeah.
Rajasthan is looking good if you lose 2 games, then obviously you're
But
under.
one game also, if you lose it by a big margin, it might cost you in a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, also because right now when we're saying Rajasthan, if they finish on 14, still has a good chance. May not, because you're assuming they lose the next 2. Then only they'll be on.
Yeah,
14.
and they have to, if they lose one of those really big margin, then suddenly there'll be a massive drop in the net run rate.
Yeah.
They might just get knocked out. Because see,
Yeah.
RCB right now are in the worst position if they finish in 14th. Because their net run rate is really bad. Minus
Yeah.
3.23.
Yeah.
You're not
So
qualifying. with
at
that.
the
point,
moment,
3, 2, 3.
teams that can get to 16 are Rajasthan, Royal Challengers, Delhi, and Punjab.
Punjab, yes.
4 teams.
4 teams.
So effectively, I think these are the 4 teams.
Favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, to fight for those 2
Yep.
spots. Assuming Lucknow and Gujarat.
Yeah.
Gujarat are through. Assuming
Gujarat are
Lucknow
through.
also.
But Sunrisers also, like tonight's result, by the way, they've lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row
Yeah.
now, yeah.
No, that's why I
They
didn't count
lost
Sunrisers.
first 2, then they won 5 in a row. Now they've lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
That's why I didn't count them. I'm saying the 4 that are there.
Yep.
are-
So because unfortunately only one among Delhi and Punjab can get to 16.
Yeah.
Because they play each other on Monday. And that game will probably crystallize your 4. Your
Yeah,
top
it
4.
would, yes.
That game.
We are just saying 6 can finish on 14.
But it'll be crystallized a bit more.
A bit more the every day we are getting. Like bit more we know today that Sunrise are almost out. But
Almost
only bit
out,
more.
yeah.
Bit
Because
more.
SRH
Every day is bit more only we are getting to.
SRH play Punjab and
But we will know 100% on the
They play MI also, I guess.
No, SRH don't play MI.
SRH are playing Punjab and just click SRH.
SRH, who's their next game against?
They are playing
MI.
Mumbai.
oh yeah.
Mumbai.
Punjab
Said
teams.
MI.
So Mumbai game is irrelevant for that whole thing. For SRH is important.
It's
Yeah,
important.
but if they
to get
lose,
to
then
4.
they're out.
Then they are. Then they'll join them.
So
yeah.
Mumbai, after putting CSK out,
Could be
could very well put
Sunrisers.
Yes,
out.
for the way
Out.
Sunrisers have played the last few games, also
Yeah.
don't deserve to make
At
it.
least one prediction is coming fine because Gujarat Titans have gone above and nobody.
By the way, since let's talk about the match, we keep talking about the form of Virat and Rohit. At least they look better than Williamson.
Williamson.
Yeah.
Williamson, forget form, is looking like as if he's never played cricket. I cannot believe this is the same guy.
Yeah.
What, he scored 9 runs?
9 of 17 balls.
When he got out, I was actually sad because I thought him staying in the crease would have been more beneficial
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Kolkata.
I mean,
Yeah.
that elbow injury has really, I think,
Like-
sapped him of his power. you would
Yeah,
say.
it's like
He's a touch and rhythm player, Williamson. That elbow injury is just knocked out. the
I'm
steam.
telling you
Just-
this, the moment he goes and plays for New Zealand,
He'll be a
be
different
scoring
player.
runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and as a fan of cricket, you would want him to play
Yeah.
well. Otherwise, he's a
But
brilliant
52
batsman to
strike
watch.
rate, I mean, yeesh.
No, forget strike rate and all.
No,
I'm not
but
even
start-
getting into run.
you're
Just the way he's playing.
You're not chasing 140. The start in the power play, you should at least be getting a few boundaries, right?
Yeah.
He was, I don't know, I think they were 30 for no loss after
Yeah.
5 overs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And then for
I think
the
this
6
average
overs
is
they
only
lost,
14 this IPL. Just 14. 208 runs, I think he's just scored in
Yeah.
the last 13 games.
True.
I'm like,
Let's take a few. Just stop somewhere so I can see somewhere. Suvra, thank you so much for your
Thank
kind
you.
comments.
Thank you, Sura.
Super King is saying Kane is out of form. SRH will release him. CSK will buy Kane and make him Imagine. This is his dream come true.
His dream come
He
true.
will not be able to sleep for days the moment this happens.
CSK fan who's a bigger Kane Williamson fan.
Then he is a Dhoni fan.
Also,
Then he will just.
Wow.
My God.
This will be like right
He'll
out
have
of his
multiples.
dream.
it is like how Ric Flair would do a wow.
He'd do woo. Not
You
wrong.
just made his night
I know.
by saying this Super King. By the way, it seems like he's a Super King fan. That's why his
know.
name is also Super King,
Super King
with yellow hearts.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that is making me tear up. Just thinking about that.
No, actually, like, it's
Won't
quite
be very
interesting.
good.
But sorry to break your
It won't
whole
It ain't
excitement. It
happening.
won't because SRH ain't releasing.
Yes.
It. There's no chance they're going to
I
release him.
know. I know.
Ikpreet Singh wants to know, is there any chance that both Chennai and Mumbai will see new captain next season, as Rohit also needs to give captaincy to Surya, as there was 3 World Cups back to back? Ikpreet, no. Mumbai, no chance.
No.
No.
Even with Chennai, unless Dhoni retires, they're not replacing him now. My opinion.
They tried it this season.
Yeah, it didn't really work out for them.
Unless Dhoni doesn't turn out next season,
Yep.
good chance that he doesn't make it. Then Udit Chandani saying Abdul Samad, imagine, yes. Like Abdul Samad must be like,
One of the retained players who still not played for about 5-6
actually they've been
games.
unfair to him.
Actually, more games, I guess.
Yeah.
I think he was
played
dropped
2
after the
games.
first 2 games.
Yeah.
Never
And
played.
Shashank Singh came. Shashank Singh did not even get to bat
For the 4 games
in the
that he
next
was
4
there,
games.
yeah.
And now he played 1 innings. After that, he's
Untouchable.
Yeah.
No, I also would have been fair to drop Shashank, but also fair for Abdul Samad.
No,
Yeah.
Abdul didn't get a long enough rope to begin with. 2
Yeah,
games.
correct.
I mean,
That was wrong. But now also dropping
You can't drop
Shashank would have
Shashank,
been.
you can't.
You got
You
him.
can't
best-
drop Umran Malik, right? What? 52 runs in 1 game, 48 runs in another game, 25 runs in 2 overs
40.
in the next game.
Yeah, you can, but-
and then today he took 3 wickets.
And
Yeah.
42 runs.
42 runs.
No, also, I mean, not a in the sense, no comparison with
Yeah.
Abdul Samad, but true. I mean, he's actually caught in a very difficult situation
Yeah.
where first I think what they did to him was wrong. Should have allowed him to play a bit more, but then after that also,
Yep.
now because they won those games without needing any batsmen there.
Yes.
So again, just the situation that they find
Terrible
themselves in.
situation.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see that look when the camera spanned to Brian Lara? It was a dead expression.
Brian Lara
It
was,
was
like this.
Well, Lara must be like, what do I do?
I mean, the
These guys-
prince. I mean,
Oh, by the way, there's a visual of him going viral on social. Did you see? It was him batting in the nets.
Oh,
Yeah, I
when
saw.
is
They're
that?
putting even now. It was just like knocking, like going back. You know, his like most guys have trigger movement back and across. His trigger movement is that thoda front, then goes back.
Yeah.
Then goes front and then goes back.
he
So
was
he's
still a
doing that.
Bharatanatyam
Still-
dancer. I'm telling you.
Still hitting it.
In his previous janam, what?
Yeah, his feet movement.
man.
Even his dancing down the track, the way he would reach to the pitch of the bowler.
No spinner ever dominated Lara.
Yeah.
He would
You
be
should-
true.
There's a
But
video of
Bharatanatyam dancer, why?
because of the way
good
how-
feet movement. No?
Feet movement, no?
No, did you see that video where went viral of another that Danish Canaria
Oh
sledging him?
yes, oh my
Lara, he sledges him. Lara after that, like,
Canaria lost his mind. I mean,
Like,
you're sledging the greatest
sledging-
player of spin ever born.
Second, Brian Lara. What's wrong with
Yeah.
I
that?
mean, the way
and then Lara being Lara,
God.
he's fiery, right?
I
he's
think he
not
had 4
like
sixes after that of Canaria.
yeah, 4s or whatever.
Yeah.
Backed him for all 4.
That 2001 series in Sri Lanka, the way how he tackled Murli.
Yeah.
Murli got nightmares after that. I just couldn't bowl to Brian Lara.
Even Warney says that.
Yeah.
That I mean, by the way, Warren later said that he didn't see that nightmare comment about Sachin wasn't true. He
Yeah.
never said it. But with Lara though, he says it was very tough.
It was.
Also lefty, so leg spinner won't have
Yeah,
been
won't
that
be able
effective.
to. Yeah.
But then he had good success in Chandrapal. Won.
But
But Chandrapal had a stance like, I don't know,
Yeah,
lefty,
exactly.
righty.
You're inviting.
No, that
Yeah.
was prior to 2004.
Yeah. He
That was
hit
hard
that
to
like
close
this
it.
and then
No, he
he did-
already had that stance, but it just
Yeah.
kept getting worse as the years passed
know.
on.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just became straighter and straighter.
Also, Chandrapur is like a diminutive figure, right? Like,
Yeah,
very tiny
very,
fellow.
very tiny.
And then more than his eyes, you could see this.
The black.
Yeah,
the flag.
That came later.
Yeah, that came later.
You know
but
what? You know there is a reason why you put that, right?
What
it's
is
not just
No, I've
that.
always wanted to know
You
why.
know, so it's basically it's a kind of tape that you put. What that tape does it soaks in the sunlight. So what happens? All of us will get reflection through this, and it comes here. It's you tend to look like
Oh,
this
yeah.
in,
So
dark
in a
colour
lot
absorbs
of
it, absorbs it,
So the
so-
dark color there absorbs the sunlight, so it's cooler here. and you're not always like Saurav Ganguly, trying to
Squinting,
see like that.
yeah.
You
Oh.
can keep your eyes straight. It's
Okay.
cooler. You can concentrate more on the ball. So for longer innings, it's better.
Okay. But I
wasn't
remember
this time.
Chandrapal.
And Chandrapal longer innings, yes. of
Oh
course.
yeah.
No, and also the bail. I think he pioneered that.
Kyle
Yeah.
Pollard also
I
used to
also
do
do
it,
it
right?
when batting.
Yes.
I use it.
Pollard used to
Because-
do it also.
Yeah,
right?
but he
I
copied
use it
Chandrapal.
because that mark when you take a guard disappears.
Disappears.
You keep asking the umpire. So best is you use that.
Yes.
Once that mark is made, then till you're batting, it's there at least.
Yep.
That's
So-
why. Go down to all the comments, please, Anurag. The latest ones. Let's take a few. But yeah, disastrous
Congrats,
performance.
Shane. Somebody wrote, woohoo, congrats, Shane.
Thank you.
He's hoping that you congratulate him a little more. If you're wondering what that
What
chair
the
is
chair
doing
is
there,
doing here.
that chair actually has his phone on which the FA Cup final is on.
Yeah, here
He's gone
also.
into extra time.
On
so,
the helmet.
Oh, see. Siddhant's also watching it. And he will take our leave as soon as the game is done.
Yeah, second
and,
half of injury
do
time.
another live.
Extra time, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Ramesh Devasi. Let's. First, Kushal Khurana says KKR is equal to Kolkata carried by Russell.
I mean, to be fair, he did absolutely
Yes.
carry them today.
Yes.
But I mean, there were good performances elsewhere also. Saudi did well.
Sam
Chakravarti
Billings.
did well. Billings
Sam
had a very
Billings.
good showing.
Finally, they are getting the 11.
No, but I have to say Russell was the game.
star.
I have a question for all you guys. Very important question. Because they played the best 11 now, finally,
Yeah.
who's selected this 11? Shreyas Iyer, Brendan McCullum, or CEO? Come on, let's start. Take a guess.
Shreyas Iyer.
You going with Shreyas Iyer? He's
Yeah, I'm
selected.
also going with Shreyas.
Yeah,
Shreyas Iyer. You're also going with Shreyas?
yeah.
Shreyas is finally selecting this 11.
Yes.
Not CEO, not Brendan.
Brendan is going, so what? Okay, you bro.
But Brendan is still fighting like he was fighting on that
He would not
decision.
want to burn the house down and go. After the admonishment that
He's doing a notice period.
No, but I'm saying,
He's doing a notice period. like you.
forget the notice period. The fact is that maybe McCallum also is, keeping them quiet, because what if he has to come back?
Yeah, of course. He wouldn't want to burn those
You never
bridges.
know. What if he has to come back?
No, small world, cricketing world.
Yeah.
And also, even if he doesn't come back here, they have 4 franchises. Wherever he has to go, he will.
And they
Oh, no.
they bought the Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, Abu Dhabi is the fourth. Was
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one am I missing?
So there's
Kolkata, there's Trinbago.
then the CPL,
Huh.
then now Abu Dhabi, and they've got one more.
They've got one more.
I
Right?
think in South Africa, I think that they
Ah,
had one
I
in
think
the Janzi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct,
but then
correct.
Mazanzi is now gone for a toss. No, that
No,
league.
but
but
maybe,
they're getting,
they're getting it back.
oh,
or
No,
something.
probably they've also got one with the US franchise. That's why they collaborated with that
US,
US.
Correct.
right, yeah.
That was 5th, but then it collapsed.
Yes.
Actually, I forgot. I went for that launch to Cape Town for that
Wow.
Premier League. But it was launched with much fanfare. We were there 2-3 days in
Yes.
Cape Town, enjoyed the hospitality of South African
Wow.
cricket, but then it never took off.
Yes.
So yeah.
Wow.
But they also did auction, the same thing.
Yeah, they
we
did.
covered it.
Yeah, everybody copied.
Yes, like, I remember when the news broke. It broke recently. I had to do a small video on it. Wait, they had that Mazanzi thing. What happened?
Yeah.
Then I did research. Like, they realized Cricket South Africa.
CSA T20.
By the way, Delhi also had bought a franchise. I still
Yes.
remember. And so did KKR. And there was one more team. I'm just
Even from Pakistan, the Kalandars got one.
two
Yeah.
teams from Pakistan, I think.
Peshawar Zalmi.
Peshawar
also.
Zalmi.
Yeah.
Zalmi was one.
2, and there were 3 from IPL.
Also, I was just saying that
There's one more.
the women's IPL is also coming next year.
Kolkata will very
And-
likely buy
and
a franchise.
already I was reading the Rajasthan
Rajasthan
owners-
Royals want to have a women's.
Is are interested in a franchise. I think given Knight Riders Group buy franchises everywhere, would make perfect sense to buy a women's IPL.
Even Gujarat would want to it because Baroda is a very strong base for the women's cricket, and they won. And I think they were in the final of the National T20 League for the women. Baroda and Railways.
Yeah.
So
It's on right now.
It's over, it's finished.
It was in Pune.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because they couldn't go for that ICC thing that is happening in Dubai.
Dubai. Yep.
Okay, let's take Udit Chandani is saying SRH batsman 180 How much is that? 150 chase karna hai to batao, which is very true.
Very true. That batting lineup doesn't look like a batting lineup.
They are like a
that
150 thing, or even if they get close to 180, Puran will play a knock, take them close,
Yeah,
but
and
they
they'll
will still
lose.
not.
He's
The
450.
moment Rahul Tripathi got out, I said
We said
game
game
over.
over.
Yeah.
I said game over, and
He
it
is
was
the
a
guy who can take
big margin.
You know, if you remember last time when SRH beat KKR, it was Rahul Tripathi who was tonking Varun Chakravarti
Yeah,
all over the
yeah,
park.
Yes.
And the other one who's showing form is Makram, but he's not getting a big total.
Yeah.
So
Like
his
today
strike
also,
rate
he
is
was
fine.
hitting, and
He'll
then
get
he chops one on
35
the
or
stumps.
something like that.
Yeah,
Quick fire.
2 sixes of Varun Chakravarti,
Yeah.
and after that next over, Umesh Yadav came back into the attack
And
for
chopped
his
him on
final
the
over,
stumps,
and
Yep.
got his wicket.
Rahul Devas is saying, can you please tell me 5 players who are successful after leaving CSK? I have only one, Jason Holder. I challenge if other name, please tell if you know. So never question CSK man management.
After quitting CSK,
Becoming successful in other franchises.
okay, not perhaps in the IPL, but if international, Ashwin.
See, the one, I'll tell you why the biggest problem is that.
Yeah.
Because all the players only come at the end of their career.
Yeah,
So even if they were to go, how would they be successful when they go there?
I know.
How would we figure out?
But I would say Ashwin.
Like look at Watson, came there to the end. Could have been the way he's finished the career there.
Yeah, I know.
How do we?
But he wasn't successful in RCB that much though. The amount of success he had.
Ashwin is given an
I've
example.
given Ashwin.
Yeah.
But I've said the caveat is not just in IPL, international
Yeah, in
cricket, I'm
IPL
saying.
his career kind of tapered off after the
After
CSK, years,
CSK,
because
yeah.
his captain at Punjab didn't really do an awful lot there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then after that,
With
even
Delhi
again
Capitals,
didn't do much.
he just had a holding position. He just was not a wicket-taking bowler.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why.
But Ramesh, we will have to spend time. Top of the head, it may be tough, but we
Yeah.
will spend some time and figure out.
Tim Saudi.
Jim Saudi.
Saudi is doing well.
But
Yeah.
in Saudi, his career was nearly finished by
Hazelwood is doing well. Forget the last match.
By of all people,
Yeah.
Andre Russell. Saudi, his career was nearly finished by Andre Russell.
No,
but he
but
was at RCB. But
Yeah.
thumped all over the park.
No, but that's just RCB and their bowlers.
International
that's true.
cricket, if I look at it, Saudi became
been
a
a
much
very,
better
very good
bowler after
bowler.
leaving
Yeah.
Chennai
Yeah,
Super
right.
Kings.
So see, so Saudi is one.
Saudi,
Yeah.
RCB bowlers
Hazelwood.
always struggle. That's
Hazelwood.
the point, but I'm saying.
Hazelwood has done very well.
So Ashwin, Saudi, Hazelwood. Then
Whoa, the batsman, if we can think of, or maybe other.
Faf, no, not
No,
Faf was
Faf
better.
is pretty much at the tail end of his
would
career.
you want
That's
to
what I'm trying to
include?
think.
Would you include Sam Billings?
No,
No, not really.
Actually, Saudi also, I just said, even though he hasn't had great success, but Jason Holder also similar level. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I just said
So-
not just IPL, maybe
Yeah.
international cricket.
Holder's been amazing in international cricket.
Yeah,
Whatever
so has
said
been
that.
Saudi,
Yes,
so is
correct.
Hazelwood, so
Ah.
is Ashwin.
Matt Henry hasn't played for any other side.
No, Matt Henry didn't have a good time in the IPL even when he was with CSK.
No, but after that, I'm saying he's improved so much.
For New Zealand.
He's the one who cost us that game.
Of course.
That semi-final. He was the one who
Semi-final.
took those 3
Henry,
wickets.
what a man. 4 for 34 on debut
Yeah.
against India in
I'm
2015.
saying 3 wickets in the initial period.
Yes,
only.
yes,
Just
yes.
one thing I want to take Abhinav. He's saying I'm Abhinav Rao. He's 14 years of age.
Wow.
Tomorrow is his birthday. So he's a fan of Vikrant sir and Virat, and I think what sir said in November last year should have been done immediately.
Which is retiring from T20s.
Firstly, why I wanted to take that is to wish him a very happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday.
It was an
Because
advance 20
tomorrow
hours.
I'm guessing is just about 20 minutes.
21
from now.
minutes.
Yeah.
21 minutes to
So
go.
wishing you a very happy birthday, and his point is on Virat Kohli retiring from T20s. Again, we have spoken so much about it.
Yes.
There's no point spending. What we had said, whatever decision will be taken will be after T20 World Cup. I don't think Virat is retiring. I don't think the selectors are telling him to retire. But it's a good point that maybe a call about his future in T20 has to be taken.
Could be
and
taken,
When
yeah.
when you take it is after the big
After the
tournament is
T20.
over.
The big name, the kind of player he has been, I think so. That's entirely his prerogative.
I think he
Yeah.
should go out on his own terms.
Yeah,
No,
prerogative.
but see, I also see.
But you can't carry him.
Yeah, my
Dho ke nahi
point is
jaoge
that
aap unhe.
at the end of the day, country is first. I agree,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
selectors have the right to drop anyone. They
Yes.
have the power. Agreed. But I'm saying with players like Virat Kohli, the Rohit Sharma of the world, or previously the Sachin Tendulkar, you need to give them a longer rope because you know what class batsmen they've been.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why you give them a longer rope is because you know, firstly they are match winners, certified match winners, and you never know when that form comes back.
Yeah.
So you're hoping. But if it goes on for a very long time and then you decide that maybe no, now it's not happening, then you take a call. So I think also What is coming up, you'll have to see now. What is relevant right now? Just few months before the T20 World Cup, you'll change the entire team. I
No,
wouldn't want to.
that'll be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, might as well.
With what happened in 2019, if the lessons of 2019 are to be learned, have a stable team composition for at least 3-4 months heading into the World T20.
True.
Yeah.
Why did India win 2011 World Cup? Because they had a steady core for 1.5 years.
Why did we not win the 2019 World Cup? Because we didn't know what our
Number 4.
Number 4 and a middle order was. Yeah.
Exactly. But 2007 also people keep saying, but that was quite an experienced team.
Yep.
Just
people
because
forget.
Sachin, Ganguly and Dravid didn't go.
They say, oh, you sent kids. But they haven't sent
No,
kids.
there was Yuvraj Singh,
Yuvraj.
Sehwag,
Harbhajan Singh,
Irfan Pathan.
Irfan Pathan, RP Singh,
RP
all of
Singh,
them had
yeah.
played many years of cricket.
4 years more. I think Yusuf Pathan only made his debut in the final.
Yes.
That's it.
Rest of them,
Apart from that,
Gambhir, all of them had
Uttapa played for 2 years before the World
Yeah,
T20.
Gambhir made 2004 or 5
Yeah.
debut, so 7 to 3 years of regular international cricket they had played.
Yeah.
Viru had played for good 5.
Srisan 2 years, 2-3
yeah.
years.
UV 2000 to 7 years of experience. So
Yep.
there was a lot of experience there. So yeah. Ikpreet Singh wants to know any chance that out of these 5 left armers, that is Mohsin, Arshdeep, Mukesh, Natarajan and Khalil, anyone can be tested in South Africa series just to see their temperament. We did a video on that. It's already out, and Mohsin is the front runner and Arshdeep.
Yep.
These 2 guys, yes. They are, of course, there. Siddharth Sharma says, will MSD be the mentor of Indian cricket team? I don't think so. Anyone
Please no.
disagree
Please no.
or has another
It makes
opinion?
No.
It didn't, I mean, again, as I said, it didn't make any
In
sense.
2021, yeah.
And also you've got Rahul Dravid in your camp. I mean, how many more people do you need? You
Exactly.
also the captain in Rohit Sharma. I think it's enough.
More
We
than
keep
enough,
saying
yeah.
so many cooks, right?
Yeah,
Why do you
exactly.
need that? In fact, we had a discussion, and as Shane was saying, and so Siddharth, that maybe the best way for CSK also to go forward is to have, once MSD decides to leave, not have him as a mentor and get someone else, so that you have fresh ideas.
Yes.
Because what happens is, his legacy is amazing. His way of functioning was amazing and worked for that. But him being in dressing room trying to have that kind of a philosophy may not work for the newer captain.
Yeah.
No, also, not just that, you'll continue living in that hangover
Yeah.
of that one captain who has done so well. We are talking about Manchester United being with
Tell
Sir-
them, like, as a United fan.
As a United fan, you have seen that with Manchester United with Sir Alex Ferguson, that legacy everybody talks about. And even though he's not a part of the coaching staff anymore, he still comes for every games. And what we get to hear is that he is still making a few decisions behind the scenes, and that sometimes doesn't work well for a new manager coming in. So similarly, when there is a new captain who will take over, he'll need his own team.
Yeah.
He'll have his own ideas. But here, if you try to, if somebody tries to tell them that no, do what Dhoni used to do, or
It
wait,
won't work.
MS, what will you do here? Then it's not good for him.
Yeah,
Then
you're
it won't-
stuck in that same conundrum. You're stuck
Yeah.
in, you just don't have any space to explore.
It
Yeah.
won't bode
That's the
well for
problem.
you.
Agreed. I'll answer this question by Kumar Prashant. He's saying don't allow Siri in last RCB match because he enjoys the downfall, which is not right. But let me tell you, it's all in good humor and it's good banter.
Yeah.
Don't take all of this so seriously as if that he does puja in the morning, that RCB. He's a CSK fan. and he enjoys, see, at the end of the day, he enjoys his team doing well because there is a rivalry for which you can watch our video. Shark Tank on rivalries. There's a rivalry, and as a CSK fan, he enjoys, and he also knows. See the good, humor that he has, the good sense of humor. There are a lot of time RCB fans troll him for when his CSK is going down. He takes that also in good spirit.
Yep.
So it's all people come. They you got to remember that apart from being a reporter, he has emotions also, na? He's a fan
This
of
season
a
has been a field day for all anti-CSK guys. I mean,
team.
come on.
Absolutely.
Every day there's some
We
news
troll
story
him.
breaking about something.
We only troll him.
I get beaten up also with the bat, but I don't take it personally. I do puja, but I do it in the studio because we have ghosts here. There are lights flickering. There is something which is going on.
I thought you were the ghost since you've been
He's the
called
ghost.
Pisach.
I'm not a pishach,
The Pishach.
So I thought
which is
you
again
were-
not right.
See, he's taken those comments
Yeah.
also very sportingly.
Because-
So Prashant, Relax,
Yeah.
chill. It's all good fun.
Neutrality in reporting and journalism is a little bit of an overrated concept.
Yep.
We're all human beings with our own biases. And
Okay.
that's why they call me Shane Bias.
Bias, me
Kumar
versus Shane
Prashant,
Bias.
let me ask this question. If it's an India-Pakistan final and you expect me to be neutral, will you be neutral?
No, of course not.
No, but he is not a reporter, he'll say.
Yeah, but
then.
still. As
Yeah,
a
that's
fan,
okay.
If you are
You're
looking
allowed
at
to.
the game, then you should be neutral. That's
See,
what he's trying to
sport
say.
is all about
Emotion.
emotion and it's supporting, and that's why you enjoy it. You want one team to do well, you want one team to lose. I'll tell you, like for example, I don't have any IPL team, but I still enjoy IPL. You know why? Because I like to, let's say, someday support the underdog, whichever one. So you're rooting for a team. Again,
Yep.
I may not be a fan, but if I become neutral to both teams, then I just will have no interest in the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you pick a team ahead of the game, okay, just based on whatever. Sometimes cricketing logic, sometimes just fun, sometimes whatever.
There's some form of
Yeah.
investment always.
That's when you will enjoy. Even let's say let's say on a given day, if he's a CSK fan and CSK is not playing, for him to enjoy a game, he'll find some other connect. For example, RCB are playing. He'll enjoy the team playing against RCB. I
Wins.
want them to win.
Yeah.
So you find some
Yeah.
connect.
And
that's how
anyway,
you
when
enjoy
RCB
sport.
defeated CSK, there was plenty of this thing. I said, yeah, I took it on the
Oh,
chin.
you
yeah.
take it on the chin. That's
I
how
know.
it works.
Somdesh has a very interesting question. He says, don't you think ODI is the best format if you're searching for form? I 100%
Yes.
Actually, correct. Very
And,
good.
totally.
and Kohli in ODIs
is a master.
is.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed.
But yeah, let's just hope that he can manage those runs in ODIs at least.
Storyteller writer says, do you guys find any resemblance between the personalities of Ajinkya and Kane?
Kane.
You mean
They
the
spell Kane the way they spell
Kanye
Shane.
West.
No. Kane Williamson.
Like Shane.
because that's spelling
Kane
is of
Williamson.
Kanye West, right?
Yeah.
Kane Williamson,
But that's
Kane
also
Williamson.
K-N-Y-A, not K-Y.
Kanye West.
That's Kanye West. That's Kanye West.
That's Kanye West.
Kanye.
And the
Kanye.
pronunciation is Kanye West.
Kanye.
Kanye.
Whatever, but he's not talking about him,
No,
right?
he's talking about Kane Williamson.
Kane Williamson.
I know Kim Kardashian. Kardashian.
Okay. No, but do you find any similarities? The similarities I find are two very shrewd captains. Both are. And two, but I think, Kane is a far better batsman.
Yeah, class apart.
Truth be told.
We can't be judging him on this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Truth be told.
No, and Rahane has not yet been given his due as captain. Let me tell you
No,
that.
that's why I said the resemblance
Yeah.
in captaincy.
Yes.
But batsmanship,
Kane.
Kane is
Yes.
different level.
although I still maintain Rahane is a very underrated batsman. who-
Sure, but not
No, not
Kane
at Kane's
Williamson
level,
being
sure.
spoken as one of the best of this generation. So
Top four.
Maybe if we were speaking in that era of 2014 to 16, we would put Rahane on top. Because his contributions
Yeah,
in
it
the
was.
Sena countries was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it was good.
Yeah.
But again,
but
again,
you can't be
not-
taking that.
yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You can't be saying that they're both the same.
Yeah.
That's
But the way they
different
carry
matches.
themselves and all, sure, I get the comparison.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So,
Calm, cool, collected.
yeah, that way, yes.
Very
Personality
unfazed.
wise, maybe.
Yeah, also very calm guys for the most part. You don't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramesh Devasi say, is it correct to post one team pick in story which has no direct relationship with any particular story? Example, CSK in fixing CBI case. No, okay, just to talk in journalism terms, so basically what Ramesh is asking, and for those of you who want to know, he's asking, supposing there's a fixing story, can you use a team's picture without knowing whether that team is involved? No, you can't. We don't. We just, and those are just part of journalism ethics. You cannot. If it's a story, for example, I'll give you an example. Today that CBI thing came,
Yeah.
we put a post out on Sports Today. We used a very generic picture
Of the trophy.
IPL
That's it.
trophy.
Yeah.
We couldn't put the team until such time
That we know.
exact matches that they have doubts over for which arrests were made, and that involved two teams. Then you can put those two teams because those matches are then under cloud, but not at the
Yep.
moment. So, no, you don't.
By the way, FA Cup final got to penalties of all things.
Oh, man.
Nofil Zak is saying Shreyas has clarified his CEO comment saying he is there to console. But did he clarify?
We'll have to check the post match. Can we
We'll
go
have
the-
to check whether he's clarified, Nofil. But if what you're saying is
If he has,
true,
that's very interesting.
well, then he's clarified his earlier comments. Also
Well
once
played.
before. You remember the
Yep.
earlier time where he
Yeah,
said that Saurav Ganguly also helps us in selecting the teams,
Yeah.
and then he clarified later saying, no, I meant.
Oh, yes, he has.
Yeah, when I took the CEO's name, I wanted to say that he's there to console the players who've been sitting out. It's tough for us as well while picking teams. As far as explanations go,
Well left.
Well left.
well played.
Actually, that's not well left.
explanation goes.
Well defended.
Yeah. As far as explanation
No,
goes, one of the
shoulder
better
downs.
ones I've seen.
Yeah.
Because it
You do remember he had to do this earlier.
with
with Saurav Ganguly, because he
Yeah.
said it in a press conference saying that teams are there, and Saurav also helped us and this and that. And then there was these stories that how can the BCCI president be helping one IPL team? Quickly he said no, I meant before last year or something. He said the season where he was our mentor and not the BCCI.
He tends to speak in a flow sometimes and just get carried away.
or maybe in the
Or maybe
flow
just
speaks
he was
the-
asked.
Speaks the truth.
I'm saying maybe he was just asked to change his words.
Yeah, quite possible.
So nicely done, Shreyas Iyer
Yeah,
says.
as I said-
But what does this actually mean? That CEO is there to console?
No, like if anybody is sitting out that you're not making a winner, it's all right.
I'll explain further.
You'll probably get an
when he was
opportunity,
talking about those comments about the CEO plays a role, he did add afterwards that it's never easy for us to pick teams and to let players know that they're not playing. So in that sense, both tie in, which is why I'm saying it's one of the better explanations I've seen. How true or false it is, that's to be seen. But as I said, it's one of those which is at least somewhat plausible.
No, but out of the blue, he's like just a
No,
clarification.
was he asked? I'm going to be
Pretty
interested.
sure he
Was
would
he
have been
asked the question or without asking? He's like, oh, by the way, I thought he's talking about the
When I
match.
took the
we played
CEO's name,
well.
I
I
meant
think he
this.
was asked the question.
He would have been asked the
He was
question
asked.
for sure.
Yes.
That's also surprising if someone
I actually don't
pinpoint
think so.
asked that question.
Yeah, you can't be pinpointing. I don't think so.
I will find it hard to
really
believe.
think he
But
must
if it
have
has
said
been,
in
then it's
one flow.
interesting.
I don't think he'd go out of his way to pick it out if it
That
Probably
would
a
be
family will tell us whether he was asked
let's
that
go to the
question
comment
or,
section. Let's see.
or whether he just
because
said
we
it
couldn't hear
out
the-
loud.
Yeah,
on his
another
own.
comment section.
I feel that he must have said it himself. May not.
Yeah, same. I think so. He must have said it himself.
Sonak Ghosh is saying, Nikhil sir, why would Shikhar Dhawan captain in a South Africa series? He is not in the T20 scheme of things. Sonak, I agree with you. If you ask my personal opinion, I don't think he should. And if you're looking at some youngsters for the future, considering if KL and Rohit both are going to be resting, then I think you need to look at, let's say, Ruturaj Gaikwad, because remember he was part of the Indian team before the IPL, then got injured and couldn't play the game. So if he was in the scheme of things and you're not looking at all IPL performances, then give him the chance to be
Captaincy?
the, no, to be the opener.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about opener.
Okay.
So once he doesn't fit into the team only,
Yep.
then you look at another.
Yeah,
captain.
because I thought he was talking about captaincy.
No, he's talking about captaincy, but I'm saying if he doesn't fit into the team,
Yeah, why
captain, then you may as well go with someone like a Hardik.
I actually think
as-
Hardik will be ahead of him because of
yes,
just that
sure,
fact.
Sure. And as I said, he may not. I'm just saying you may not even want to. I agree that in Sri Lanka he was made the captain because he center when the rest of the players. But that was also because you played the ODI series, and I think in ODI he's a 100% certainty.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a for sure
So
starter.
there you could look at, but if it's a T20 series, you rather go in with Ruturaj. Again, there are also talks about Venkatesh Iyer. If you gave him a chance for India, he did reasonably well. Also, you're not patting him in his regular position. Has not had a great IPL. Should you just ignore him now on the back of one IPL? If you're not selecting someone on the back of, so again, there could be thoughts there. Also, remember Shubman had been injured, but he's one guy that they're looking to him as a future.
Yes, absolutely.
So again, if you want to try some guys as opener in the absence of KL, Rohit, and even Virat, who used to open sometimes, then might as well go with young guys like a Gaikwad. I would like to see a Gaikwad and a Shubman and these kind of guys, even a Prithvi for that matter, if he is fit.
Yeah, but we don't know what his situation is.
Yeah, we don't
yet.
know. So give them a chance, and then once you decide your playing combination, then decide who's going to captain.
Yes.
Might as well give it to Hardik or whoever else if you think. So I'm just telling you, Sonak, we just reported on what the selectors may be thinking. But if you ask for personal opinion, I think you are right that Shikhar may not be in T20, also kind of plays the same way.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why he's making these gestures here, because he's
Also, your
watching
feed
the
is delayed. I'm seeing it before you.
Oh, it's quite possible.
he's watching the FA Cup final.
It's
Yeah.
gone to penalties.
It is in penalties. Alonso just
Oh,
scored.
So
Converted
go
his.
down. Okay, do you think Benjamin Andrew Stokes, you've changed your name again?
Dixit, come on.
Come on.
Big shit.
Okay, do you think IPL has ended regional selection bias?
Absolutely. There was no bias at all. First of I don't think there's been any
No,
bias.
earlier what used to happen, there used to be the quota system because you had
The five selectors, zones.
By the way, that may still be there because I hear stories sometime, fighting for one player. For example, let's not take Kuldeep Yadav, but let's take some other spinners.
Okay. But I am saying, in terms of the teams, at least if you look at their compositions,
Teams don't care. Again, I'm giving an example.
how many you see Kannadiga players in Bangalore side?
Or Chennai.
How many Tamilians in the Chennai side? One.
In fact, funny story. There's more.
KKR is look at-
there's more actual Tamilian players of Tamil origin in KKR than there are in CSK.
CSK.
Yeah.
There's 2 Ayers and Chakravarti.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you now, I gave that example. I did the interview with the owners of Lucknow before the IPL started, before the auction happened. And I actually, trying to ask them what would be the strategy, who would you
Missed
go for.
it.
And I actually said that, listen, would you consciously be picking players from UP? Because, and he said no. And he said, we're not going to look at this. We would be looking at what is our team combination, who fits into our plans. So effectively, they are looking at it as a franchise that's supposed to win game, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of. They're not looking at it, okay, just because we're a franchise from Lucknow and we just play UP players. They're not. So that regional bias in IPL has ended for sure.
Yep.
There is no.
Yeah.
But Indian cricket, what happens is, also can I tell you, Indian cricket has also moved far ahead from the last 20 years or before that.
Yeah.
I mean, there was this clear fight between Mumbai and Delhi in terms of selection.
Yep.
Dependent which selector was there. In fact, 83 World Cup which we won, there were a lot of issues with who. If you know, one left-arm fast bowler who didn't get a chance to play was selected over this, you've got enough, we've got enough. And for the first time apparently that day, Delhi outnumbered Mumbai players
Yep.
in the squad, in the 83
yes.
World Cup squad,
Yes.
which is a rarity.
Yeah.
And in those days, I'm not saying there's any bias, but there was this sort of a rivalry where you were saying, oh, how many players from Mumbai are playing, or Delhi
Yeah.
and whatever, North or whatever. That was there. But these stories have been told before with
Yeah.
Saurav Ganguly coming in, how he started picking players first, he started looking at,
Yep.
performance, and it's gradually improved.
Yeah.
Now they have this minor issue here and there, that too not with 11, maybe 15 members. But
15.
now it cannot happen because the media scrutiny is so much.
So much. Yes.
One player, it doesn't get picked,
Yeah.
and some random player gets picked in his place.
Oh,
The,
God.
the last power center that I can remember where there were so many players from one particular cricket association or state was Karnataka.
Yeah.
Mid 90s.
Yeah.
At one
No, but
point.
also on merit, yeah.
Merit, yeah, absolutely on merit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it.
Don't bring Kaveri issues here.
I'm saying reminds you of that he missed Janal Kumble.
No, if I have to look at it, okay.
Yeah.
Who are the players?
That was
in
bias.
That was not bias. It was a simple mistake.
That was a brain fade.
Brain fade, yes.
Just missed it by
No,
So,
no,
there
bias
was-
could be.
there was-
Bias kicking in.
Yeah, there was.
That Kaveri water is not forgiven them.
I know, it's anyway polluted, so it's okay. Javagal Srinath, Prasad, Dravid, Kumble, Joshi,
Yes.
in that 90s team.
Yes. But on merit.
Totally on merit. And it was and since then there has been an even spread of players from various associations. That's thanks to Dhoni's arrival also. Who would have thought from Jharkhand 2007?
Yeah.
2004, who would have thought?
Go down to the bottom, Anurag. To the bottom, just click.
No, just I think refresh the chat once.
Yeah, just go down. Okay, storyteller writer has said one thing, saying based on people questioning MSD's credibility, including your panel, is it fair to say MSD has lost credibility overall? MSD, most of it. Firstly, I think, okay, we can take all our personal. I think he's one of the most credible cricketers to have ever played for the country.
Yeah.
Okay, first things first. But that is not to say that you will not question one or two minor things that may happen.
Yeah.
But please tell me, there can be no person who will have a percent record where he would not make mistakes. But by the way, even now we have not established MSD's role in what may be happening with
Yes.
CSK. It may not be because of
It
MSD.
could be a management call.
Yes,
altogether.
and we pointed it out in our earlier thing. We're not directly saying. Only thing where we question MSD was when he came out and said a few things openly, saying about Jadeja spoon feeding doesn't
Yeah.
help. He was told in advance. What he could have done is, and even though he may not have been the guy who decided that Jadeja goes out, and maybe the management did, and what he could have done is avoided saying those things in public because it doesn't reflect very well on Jadeja. That's the only criticism. We're not saying that he is responsible, he's trying to push people down. In fact, a lot of our subscribers pointed it out. We never said anything like, because we don't have any basis to say that.
Yeah.
Such thing.
Yep.
But having said that, as I said, even one of the most spotless cricketers in India, Sachin Tendulkar, who I'm a huge fan of, my favorite all-time cricketer. But when there was the Ferrari tax issue, we raised that question as well. When there was the 194 declaration, we raised that also. So all I'm saying is that in, let's say, 4 of us also, let's assume we 4 are great workers, right? But that's not to say we will not slip up once in a while. And when we slip up, that will be pointed out by our superiors or someone else will be. So that does not mean that XYZ becomes a poor worker or becomes a shammer. No. But there will be slip ups. So that's what I'm saying with MS. He has had a fantastic career, role model as a player, on the field, off the field, everything. And I think if we had more and more players like MS, we would, most countries across the globe I go to, they say, wow, you're so lucky to have him. So should feel happy. But I'm saying if there are mistakes like everyone does, those will be pointed out.
Yeah,
so anything else,
exactly.
Anybody who wants to add on that?
Or
do you agree with that he's responsible?
Nothing to add.
In the word of MSD,
nothing.
No, unless you have a contrary opinion that no, he's not kind. Someone, I was looking at Siri, he might. So
No, I mean, see, we agreed that the comments that he made on Jadeja post that Sunrisers Hyderabad game was uncalled for.
Yeah.
He threw him under the bus.
That's what we said.
Yep.
That's what he said.
But
Otherwise,
apart from skill, contribution, and the amount that he's given for Indian cricket, unparalleled. No doubts and no debates about that.
And to seal it, Mane's penalty has been saved.
Yes, I was so hopeful. Mane is not a good penalty taker.
So now it's
Sudden death.
Sudden death. And how much is it?
4 all.
It's 4 all. Oh.
Mendy made the save
the
on the
save
final.
offense.
Otherwise, if Mane would have converted this, they would have won.
So by the way, fun fact here, Mane's penalty record is atrocious.
Yes.
I don't know why they have given him the final one. He generally doesn't even take them for Senegal. And he was going up against his Senegalese teammate, Edouard Mendy.
Yeah, look at
Mendy.
Thomas Tuchel going
Oh
nuts.
boy. He can't look.
Sudden death.
So the FA Cup is going
So
to
like
sudden
Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Sudden death.
Except
Yes.
back then no one missed, remember?
Yep.
That was 11-10. Like
11-10.
Right down to the
it's
wire.
done and dusted.
No,
it's still
Extra
happening.
time.
Oh,
Sudden death.
Sudden death.
Sudden
So
death.
both teams.
Like how
Let's
it's
take a
over
few
again.
questions and we can wrap
Yeah.
up here, and then you can
like how in chess now there is a brilliant concept called
go
the
down
Armageddon.
bottom ekdam.
Armageddon chess. That's brilliant.
Look at him. Look at him. How
Hakim Ziyech.
tense this Chelsea fan is.
Oh yeah.
Tense. Look at him.
And please don't spoil it for me.
गौर से देखो इस चेहरे को.
Oh my god.
Acha, somebody
just
said
get it done with already. Oh, there's a flare on the field and they're to clear.
Sagar Bhosle is saying is Rohit Sharma suddenly very bad captain. Captain is as good as the team, and reference to Jadeja. Sagar, first no, Rohit Sharma is not a bad captain, the most successful in IPL history. So how can he be a bad captain?
Yep.
Yes, the team wasn't up to the mark, and as far as Jadeja is concerned, also team wasn't great. And we in fact agree with you that to have labeled Jadeja as bad captain on the basis of whatever 5-6 games that he captained, or less than that, because first 2 MS said he
Captain.
default
Yeah,
captain.
yes,
So
yes.
it was completely unfair.
Yep.
And we have done a separate video on that, Sagar. Please see that, where we said that because the way he's been treated by CSK, whoever is responsible, you have now given a rubber stamp saying that this guy is a bad captain, which is not a fair assessment of Jadeja, the captain.
Yes.
Every captain has had bad phases, and so has Ravindra Jadeja. So please see that long video, 28-minute video we did on
Yep.
that. How KKR can still qualify? Hare Krishna is asking, please go and see the start of our show. We spent 15 minutes
Yes.
explaining that. Basically, just to sum it up in one line, there is a mathematical possibility that even 6 teams can finish on 14
points, yes.
Less can also finish on 14. And in that case, 2 teams might even qualify on 14, and KKR can reach 14. Then it will all come down.
So
to
basically, they have to
100.
win their next game against Lucknow,
Lucknow.
and hope a host of results go their way. That's it. It's a very dicey even now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Greatest, Piyush wants to know, greatest fast bowler duo in history of IPL in your opinion. Mine is Bumrah Malinga. Yeah.
I
good
can't
one.
Yeah.
look beyond.
I just can't disagree because you remember who my picks were.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good. Bumrah Bolt was also
Bolt
very
Bumrah,
good.
yeah.
I agree. Right up there.
Right.
Mason Mount misses.
And imagine Bolt and Archer will be one heck of a bowling pair too.
Oh, that will be a very deadly pair.
By the way,
Bumrah Archer.
Bumrah and
Bumrah
Archer, sorry.
Archer,
Yeah,
sorry.
Bumrah and Archer. I'm saying, by the way, at the peak, even though it came at one season,
Yeah.
Anrik Nokia and Rabada
Rabada,
were
yes.
also a lethal pair. But that time period was very
Yeah.
short, where they were at their top.
Not for pace or anything, but for skill and accuracy, maybe Albie Mokal, Doug Bollinger for CSK.
And
Mokal used to go for runs.
If I want
Top
to, if I'm
player.
picking a Mokal, it's Mone.
Mone with Umesh. in
Umesh,
KKR.
Yeah.
2012.
That was a good
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
2012, right?
12 to 14.
14, yep. Mone Umesh.
Yeah. Okay, what is Pradeep Srivalsan saying? Deepak Chahar is the next captain, he thinks. Ruturaj will be vice captain for CSK, he's saying. Jadeja will be part of the team. There is no riff. Raidu matter was just miscommunication. All is well. For all you know, Pradeep,
is well.
he's,
Yeah.
I know he's a CSK fan.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
By the
saying
way,
all is well.
Liverpool,
Have won
and you have to
the-
do all as well to our guy here. Liverpool have just won.
Second penalty shootout
Yep.
loss.
So,
Imagine losing to the same team in the same way.
In both domestic finals.
yep. So, they are on course, technically still
Go down
do the
Anurag,
quadruple,
the bottom.
isn't it? They can still do the quadruple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sitting into
let's
slip.
take last few questions. Just go up. Will Hardik show his friendship? Rahul Anand is saying, will Hardik show his friendship and help MSD win tomorrow?
Nah.
Even
No.
if MSG wins
Why?
tomorrow, what happens?
Chennai are out. In fact, Hardik needs a win. He wants to be top two.
Top two.
Guarantee himself.
Yeah.
No, Rahul Anand. Simple
No,
answer to your
simple
question.
answers.
No one's ever helping any team win anyway. It's
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah. Johnny Khurana, we take questions. Which question? I may have missed that. Too many questions.
I
Go
think
down
he
a
was
bit.
talking about that RR replacement. No, they announced one today for Nathan.
Corbin Bosch.
Okay,
Corbin
no,
Bosch.
go down to the bottom only. Okay. Oh, just to the bottom, yeah, to the bottom. Ek baar to the bottom. Bravo and Bollinger, Abhinav Singh picked.
Yeah, Bravo in his prime actually, and Bollinger also.
Yeah.
With Raina,
Yep.
taking his hair off.
Just go up a bit, just slightly up. Little bit more. Can Mumbai or Punjab buy Jadeja if he doesn't play for CSK next time by releasing someone like Sagar? Of course, a lot of people can if you
Yeah.
release, but what we discussed earlier, there's a good chance that they sit together. You saw Raidu and CSK kind of made up, whatever be the reason. Then you'll sure Jadeja will also make up in
Yeah.
due time. If he doesn't, by the way, then of course.
Pradeep Srivalsans, I would just flip. I would
Yeah.
make Rituraj the captain, Deepak Chair vice
the
captain.
vice.
Jadeja will be there as a core member.
Yeah.
And I think, if the Raidu thing is miscommunication, then I hope they sort it
I
out.
actually think they need to look at somebody on the outside if possible.
Yeah, that they need to move past
I
that.
think
But
they-
give Rituraj a chance, may turn out
Yeah.
to be. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. He's an unknown quantity.
Yeah.
Ashish Rana is saying Rane has been the lucky charm for KKR. Won
Yes.
5 out of 7 matches. Should have played more.
I think he should have played more simply because him and Venkatesh were the perfect opening combination.
So that gives them more stability.
Go down to the
Exactly.
bottom
Billings
now,
also playing now with Andre Russell coming in at his usual position.
Yep.
There
Tears
was-
for Chelsea, yes.
Tears for
Who's saying
Chelsea.
this?
A video is coming up. Just 1 second. Just stop somewhere. Na. Go up a bit. Just stop. Hafiz says Virat Kohli has the best technique of all time. Your views? Siddharth Pandey is asking. Not for me.
It's an interesting take to say the least.
Yeah, Virat is not technically the best
I
batsman.
think players from the eras we are not even born. I think they'll
Yeah.
be
They
more
would have more
technically
technique.
gifted.
No, I mean
Because
there
the
are
game was more technical
No,
back
but
then.
even if you look at, okay, so the generation, forget that. Sachin Tendulkar, we gave the example
Yes.
that day, outstanding. I'm saying even in this generation, yeah, there are some very technically correct batsmen. For example, there's Kane Williamson.
Joe Root.
Just Joe Root, yeah, okay, but not bad. Good for, I mean,
for the
test,
format,
for test cricket.
Yeah.
But Babar Azam also,
Oh, Babar,
technically
yeah.
very, very good. With Virat, there are a few technical frailties
Loopholes,
which people have
The
pointed out.
poking and the
But
prodding.
his mental strength, I think, is his biggest strength. Like he could
Yeah.
overcome that, find ways with that limited ability to score run, act well, dominate. All of that made Virat the batsman. that he was.
Yeah, a similar reason you look at somebody like a Steve Smith, his technique might not,
Overrated.
Yeah.
You'll be like,
Overrated.
wow,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
What technique?
How much is he moving on the crease?
MS
Everything.
Dhoni.
And yet he would score hundreds.
Dhoni.
Dhoni also. I'm saying
Let's go down
that's
bottom.
a technique is overrated.
Chandrapal, we were just discussing.
Chandrapal, some technique he had, you'd bat like. The stumps are at this
Bahar
back.
Ali from Pakistan saying Mohsin Khan, Natarajan, Arshdeep, Mukesh Chaudhary and Yash Jara are going to fill the gap of left-handed seamers. Yeah, that's true actually.
True,
They
actually.
Suddenly have got a
There's
good
been
crop.
real influx of left arm.
By the way,
batsmen.
there's one who's not even there, Khalil Ahmed.
Oh yes, Khalil.
Yes.
One half of the duo.
Karthik Sharma. Karthik Sharma, interesting point. Ben Stokes as CSK captain, he'll be available.
I said this, you remember one of
But
those
again,
earlier discussions. I said,
With
How
the
much will
test
he be available?
captaincy, how much will he be available?
Yeah, that's also true.
and already Rob Key has said that
Go
we're
down,
going to
bro.
prioritize his tests.
And
Maybe
come.
he'll miss some ODIs, T20s.
Yeah.
We don't care, but for now, Ben Stokes will play more test cricket.
They are just not able to find the balance, the ECB. They are either overdoing it or underdoing it. The white ball reset happened when you had a
There's
clear
neglected-
vision.
and when they
But-
neglected tests.
But your test results started going south.
That was under Silverwood, their new coach. He
And
completely,
Giles was the
the director of
Yep.
cricket. They completely revamped, and Morgan as captain. So they completely. Final question we'll take before wrapping up. Storyteller writer asked, now can you guys give us your top 4? Come on, go for it.
I can try.
Okay. I'll start with GT,
Okay, GT, all agree?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so GT done.
LSG,
All agree?
Yeah.
Done.
RR,
All agree? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure myself of them. See the bottom two I'm really not
So
sure.
2 we have given all, right?
Go to the
GT
points
Lucknow.
table once.
GT Lucknow, we have given you.
I've said RR.
Okay, let me tell you my 4.
Yeah.
So 2 we have all agreed on.
Yep.
The remaining 2 I'm picking Royal Challengers Bangalore. Because I think they win their last game, go on 16 and qualify.
Who will play? GT.
GT.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm picking one between.
I'm picking Delhi as the fourth.
Okay, no, you have to pick one. Okay, so no between. Okay, then I'm going with Punjab Kings, just for the way they've
Yeah.
come back.
I'm
fighting.
picking Delhi as the fourth team.
And you're going with RCB.
also.
No, third is RR.
RR.
Yeah,
so
so-
GT, LSG, RR, DC.
Yeah.
okay, RRDC, and I'm completely.
That is my 4 as well.
Okay, RRDC.
DC.
RRDC.
Okay, I'll be partial here. I'd say
KKR,
good. Yeah, I'd, KKR fourth with DC third. I think DC is another team we all agree on. That's
No,
fourth.
I haven't picked.
Oh, you haven't picked.
I
DC,
picked
right?
Punjab.
Oh, right, Punjab.
Yep.
I think DC.
Did
gone
DC win their previous game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I think in that game against Punjab, you
How can
see,
you forget? We were.
it's always been, they have been so inconsistent. this
DC are
cycle.
playing Punjab and Mumbai.
Yeah, so it is
They'll lose
WL
to Punjab and then they'll win against Mumbai.
Yes.
That's what you are suggesting.
WL, WL,
I
WL.
think they might win both.
You have picked your team.
Yeah.
So DC, Lucknow, Gujarat, all have picked.
Yes.
DC, 3 of them have picked,
Yeah.
not me.
I picked
Rajasthan,
RR.
2 have
Actually,
picked.
you also picked RCB, which none of us
None of
picked.
us picked.
No, and I've picked Punjab,
Punjab.
which none of you.
No,
So
no.
your third and fourth are completely different from ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yours
three,
is-
one team not in common.
Yeah.
KKR, RR, and
No, we both got the same 4.
Yeah, you.
oh, you all got the same four.
Yeah, RR and DC.
Yeah,
is the
so
third and
GT, LSG, RR, DC.
Right.
fourth. Because of the
So
net
between the
run rate
4 of
also.
us, we've covered everything.
Yeah,
So,
that's our predictions for
Yeah.
now. Let's see what happens.
I mean,
So-
imagine the North and West teams are going to make a total, they're going to shut out the top 4.
so let's
basically.
quickly take that. Love Rami has picked GT, LSG, RR, Punjab, which is different from all of us, but a mix of all of us.
Yeah.
Karthik M is. Karthik is pointing out even Punjab is win loss.
Yeah.
Ruturaj captains Maharashtra. Abhinav
We
Singh is
know.
saying, yeah, we
Yes,
know
we
that.
know,
That's
we
why
know.
we were
That's why
pitching
you're
for,
talking about it.
pitching for him. So on that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you so much for your company. Don't forget to download the Gamezy
Gamezy
app.
app.
Every day we make our fantasy teams there. You can too, because you stand a chance to win up to 5 crore daily in prize money.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow. Double
the
header.
final double header of
Final
IPL
double
2022.
header of the IPL.
Wow.
2:45.
Yes, what a count. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow
Wow.
another historic day. Thomas Cup.
Thomas Cup
Cup final.
live on that. Shane's going to be live now on
I hate
FA
football.
Cup.
I hate football.
It's sad.
Yeah.
See, this proved that as a sports fan,
Siddharth
you
will
can't
be
get
happy.
everything you want in life.
Because I don't care. I was watching it as a neutral.
But when Liverpool win the quadruple, then you'll care.
Yeah, then I'll care. But for me, right now, City are winning the title. So it's
Most important thing, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. We
Yes.
come live every day. No, that I've already
already
said.
said.
That we come live on Facebook and YouTube live, and we cover all sport, not just cricket. So as I said, Thomas Cup, FA Cup final, all sport. There's an interesting video on Nadal that Siddharth has done. Will Nadal be playing
For
French Open.
Ooh,
And as a Nadal fan, yeah, you should
Yeah.
watch that
Yeah,
video.
same here.
Some very interesting details in there.
I was not comfortable doing that because I don't want to see Nadal not
Yeah.
playing. I wanted to continue
Not
one or two
Nadal.
games.
You know, he was doing this video and I was lying here on that
Beanbag.
sofa, beanbag, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to watch the entire video. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I kept looking at his video.
It
Such
is
interesting details came out of it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched it, you should watch it, especially
Yeah.
if you're a Nadal fan.
After
and even
Sachin
if you're not.
Tendulkar's retirement, the next saddest thing, and Michael Schumacher's current position, the third thing that will sadden me the most is the day Nadal goes.
I'm also close to you.
Yeah,
I am-
Nadal fans.
I'm a
Yeah,
massive,
so
massive
am I.
Nadal
I'm an
fan.
outlier here.
Yeah.
Federer
yeah.
fan.
I'm a
The
Nadal.
three of us are Nadal fans.
Big
Well,
time.
best part is I don't hate Nadal.
Same.
Yeah,
I think
same.
no Nadal fan also hates Federer.
Actually,
Correct. It's the
my
same way.
entire family, no, I'll tell you it's changed. My entire family, my wife's side of the family, everyone Federer fan. So I used to be alone. It used to be
Yeah.
like massive WhatsApp fights and everyone fight. But that was to begin with, at
Yeah.
start. But when Nadal was challenging, when Nadal established himself at the last few and Federer started, now they've all started warming up to Nadal. That's not to say they become Nadal fans, they're still Federer, but they do not hate Nadal.
It's
as
also
much
because
as that.
both of them generally
Love
speaking
each
are
other.
very respectful to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
So it shows that you can have a sporting rivalry but not have it be personal.
Those YouTube videos when both Nadal
Insta live.
yeah,
Insta
yeah,
live.
yeah.
Are we live?
kept laughing both of them.
I mean, Nadal, typical.
The camaraderie-
Finally.
The camaraderie between those two
Brilliant.
is amazing, and that's why I think
The
people
friendliest
like
rivals
them.
to have ever existed.
Yeah.
Sport
Yeah.
wise.
And nicest people also.
Yeah.
Nadal is like a symbol of the middle class struggle that we
You
have
know
in
what I
India.
like about Nadal is
Yeah.
one of the thing is he is one of the most dominant personality on court.
He's the
but
bull.
in person,
He's very
he
affable.
is so affable and he's so unsure about everything. He's like
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know if you've seen that film in which Nana Patekar is the writer in the end, that Abhishek Bachchan film.
Taxi number.
Taxi, no, that is
where that-
John Abraham.
This where
Nana is not.
Priyanka Chopra, Abhishek Bachchan.
Bluffmaster.
Bluffmaster.
Yeah, Bluffmaster.
In
I like एक
Bluffmaster,
मैं और एक तू है जिसका गाना है.
in
Bluffmaster.
Bluffmaster, this guy, what was I talking about? Yeah, Nana Patekar in Bluffmaster is this villain,
Yeah.
this dangerous villain.
Okay.
But have you seen it?
Yeah,
I have
it.
seen, yes.
But at the end of the film, he's actually that scared writer who's so nervous. So like
Yes.
that contrast of what he's playing, his acting, and what he really is in the film.
The bull on the field, like on the court.
He's
No,
like
and
so unsure. I don't know whether I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know whether, he's like that.
Yep. So, because Nadal, see, he represents the middle class struggles of India pretty well.
Indian, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Other thing where he represents so many Indian joint family. Has to do what a
Uncle-
sister wants.
uncle is
Uncle
the
has said
coach.
this. Yeah.
Uncle is the coach.
Uncle से
Now
चाचा
now
से
it's
डर
now
लगता
it's
है.
Carlos Moya, but
Yeah.
earlier it was.
तो चाचा से डर लगता है.
डर
He's
लगता है.
He
scoring
still
it.
takes advice from Tony.
Yeah,
Tony,
yeah.
He's always
No, he said when he had to buy a car, he had to take family decision. Like you know
Yeah.
how it happens in India.
Yeah.
When he was playing a professional player, he had to ask everyone.
चाचा जी से पूछ लो, उन्होंने भी ये गाड़ी ले रखी है.
नहीं, चाचा जी बढ़ाएंगे नहीं, ये बिगड़ रहा है.
Average
We should
कितना आ
not-
रहा है चाचा जी?
नहीं, और चाचा जी से क्या जरूरत है इतनी महंगी
know.
गाड़ी लेने की.
So-
बिगड़ रहा है. Like that sort of it's
And Nadal faced two major obstacles when he was coming up. One, clay court player, would he be successful everywhere like Federer is? Federer, sublime, an artist to watch at his peak. Nadal broke it down through sheer grit. And he had to take extreme measures, which is why he's suffering those
he's
injuries
a work
now.
machine. Like everything for him, like you realize that Federer
Yeah.
is probably artistry and all that.
And he
Nadal
was the
is
one
like the
who made
workhorse.
Federer mortal.
Yeah.
Nadal broke
2008
Federer's
Wimbledon
grip in Wimbledon, but Federer could never break Nadal's grip in French
French
Open.
Open.
Never.
2008 Wimbledon final.
oh, greatest,
My class.
greatest,
Greatest moment.
Grand
Wimbledon,
Slam,
yeah.
Grand Slam final.
Final ever.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I would
some
kind
exams,
of
if I'm not wrong.
disagree
I
with
watched
that greatest
final
Grand
both,
Slam final like
12-31.
Djokovic Federer 2019.
Yeah, was also awesome.
Close enough here.
Now, yeah. Now I think they're rivals.
Those two freakish moments on July 14, 2019
Yeah,
transcended
yeah.
sport. The England-New Zealand Super Over, same time Wimbledon.
And both of them
And
tweeted
there was
to
a
one
Grand
another.
Prix also the same day,
Yeah, yeah.
which played in
British
comparison.
Grand Prix, Hamilton won. No one cared.
Hamilton, yeah.
Nobody cared because you
I was
saw-
watching, but even I didn't care.
Man, that day was...
You cried?
Yes.
I laughed.
I did not care.
I was working, so it's pretty
No,
nervous.
for me, both were neutrals. Not
I
I'm
was
a Nadal
like-
fan. Federer, Djokovic,
Yeah.
whoever wins.
New
I was just
Zealand.
enjoying the sport.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
like, and I kept changing TV. I was watching one on my laptop, one on the TV.
Shane will
That's,
know, I mean, New Zealand, I mean...
He has a very soft spot for New Zealand.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a very soft spot
Williamson.
for England, so I laughed hard at that 4.
Oh, that
Ben Stokes.
Yeah,
Ben
the Ben
Stokes.
Stokes.
I know, and I called Kumar Dharmasena and that he to the one called him Adharmasena. He did Adharm that day, so... Oh man.
Anyway, on that note, thank you guys.
Good night from,
Good night.
from us, but in 5 minutes,
5
Shane
more
and
minutes.
Siddhant will be
We'll be
there
joining,
with the FA Cup details.
Yeah.
Good night, Vanakkam.